everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Grandma Jeannie's Creations and I'm Grandma Jeanie, and I want to thank you for joining me today. And today we are going to be sewing this cute little Halloween trick-or-treat bag for children. This is made out of clear jelly vinyl and translucent jelly vinyl for the trim up here. This is a basic tote pattern that I used. I cut the sizes down. This is a tall size. Today we're going to be making a square. We're going to be using a little bit different pattern on the clear vinyl because I don't have enough of this kind to make another one, because I've made quite a few. This is perfect for children. They will love it. Little kids will love it. I have 3 little boys that are going to get some for Halloween this coming Halloween. And you can also use this pattern to make little gift bags. You can use them for a co-worker's birthday or your daughter's birthday, daughter-in-law, friend. You can even do it in holiday print and use the gift basket for giving gifts away instead of wrapping. It's a cute little thing. It's reusable. And this one is made with sunflower and bees, and then inside it is waterproof. I used a waterproof Luke's nylon from Wonderground Fabrics. And the material for this, and the one we're going to do today, is by Itchin' to Get Stitchin'. So let's get over to my machine and make this little Halloween bag. So the materials that we're going to use are the clear jelly vinyl. We're going to be using this print. It's a spooky Mickey print. So what you want to do is you want to cut 2 pieces out, 12 by 10.5, and then your corners are going to be 2 by 2. So cut those out, and then you want 2 pieces of your translucent jelly vinyl cut at 12. I cut mine just a little bit longer, like 12.5, and after I stitch them on, then I just clip off the end. That way I know I've got enough. So cut it at 12.5 by 3.25. If you want to make it a little wider, you definitely can. It's your bag. I like the 3.25 inch because we're going to be putting grommets in. So you're going to need 4 grommets. I'm using these 12 millimeter, I think they're 12 millimeter, the 12 millimeter ones because it's all I have. The cording that I'm using or parachute cord. I use parachute cord. I buy it by a big skein. And I'll put the link on there. The parachute cord that I'm using is kind of thin, and the size that I'm using is kind of large. So I am also using these parachute cord stoppers. So it will stop the thread from going through, or the cord from going through. You can use smaller ones. You can use eyelets if you have a thinner cord. Then you'll want a hammer. You want something to cut the hole with here, and you will want a press for your grommets or something to pound them in on. You want 1/8 inch double-sided tape, scissors, and I'm going to show you something that I did on this bag. Now we're not going to do it today, but what I did is I put like a little decorative stitch down here, and I went from the corner of this box and went up, but I kind of put the corner on my mat and lined it up, and then I used this tape. I use tape because you don't want to mark on this because it'll mess it up. And I put it right at the edge of the line that matches, and matched it up with that corner and put it all the way up. And then what I did is I just sewed really close to the edge of that tape. And then when I was done, I just pull it off. And I did it on this side, and then I also did it right down across here. And I did that on the front and the back. That was the best way that I could find to make a straight stitch, because I didn't want to mark on this, and chalk does not work on this. So those are the things that we will need, and we will get to sewing this. So the first thing you want to do is take your double-sided tape, excuse me, you want to put that across here. Do that to the other one. I don't know where you people are, where you folks are living at, but I live in Michigan, and it got cold over the weekend, so I pulled my sweaters out. I think it got down to like 40 a couple nights. Oh, here we are with that 1/8 inch double-sided tape that gives me problems. So, woo! Stick that down. Okay, so you want to line this up and place it as close to the edge without going off. Put the other one on there. And then we're going to sew here, top stitch, so you want to use a longer stitch here on the bottom and on the bottom. So I'm using the pumpkin color Tex 70. I'm sewing on my Sailrite Fabricator. It's an industrial machine, and I've got my stitch length set at 5 in a 5.25. and my needle is a 14. So I'm going to start at the edge, and we're not going to back stitch. We want to cut these off because you don't really want to back stitch on jelly vinyl. So we'll pull the threads through and cut them off. And you can burn them, but be very, very careful. Or you can use spray check or some type of, a little bit of drop of glue or something. Okay. Then come back this way. I have some Christmas gifts, sewing Christmas gifts that are pretty quick sews that I'm trying to get in order. Trying to figure out which ones I want to do, and I'll do some videos on those in a couple of days. Okay, so you take that, pull it through, pull it through. Okay, I'm going to sew the other one real quick, and I'll tie those off and burn them over at my table, off camera. You all know how to do that, right? Tie them off and burn them. Now, when I sew with jelly vinyl, I have to put tape down here, and I put it all around everything. I'll show you when I get this done. If I don't put the tape down, then my jelly vinyl sticks to my machine, and I have a, my stitching doesn't look very pretty. And we got to have pretty stitching. I also like to lift it up too, on the, like I'm doing here. That helps it not stick also. Make sure you cut them long enough. So for those of you that are new here and don't know how to tie them off and burn, you want to pull your back thread till you get a loop. Excuse me, my throat. Then you want to stick something sharp, well, not sharp, but pointy, into that loop. Then you want to tie maybe 2-3 times. Cut it short. Then you take a lighter and you're going to burn those little threads that are sticking up. just like that. You don't hold it down there very long or you'll melt your vinyl. Okay. So I'm going to finish tying these off camera, and then we'll go to the next step. Usually take some packing tape, and I will put a strip down here, but I will not cover my feed dogs. I'll leave the strip right up against the edge of that, and then I'll put a strip up here, down here, and then on this side. And that helps to keep the jelly vinyl and the clear vinyl from sticking to the machine. Now some people take parchment paper and tape it down. That's perfectly fine. But if you're having problems with the jelly vinyl or the clear vinyl sticking to your machine, that's a good thing to do. I gotta turn that light on. Okay. Move some of this stuff up there. And my notes. Okay, so now we have our top sewed on. Okay, so now we have the top sewed on, and we are going to put the grommets in. So there's not really a special place to put the grommets. It's basically however you think it looks. Probably put mine there. Cut my other piece the same length. That's extra. Okay, so I am going to take my red pen, and I'm going to mark it about right on the corner of those two squares of my mat, about 1/4 of an inch below my black trim. So mark it there. I'm going to take a block. No, I'm not. That's not right. You want to turn it over, because this side, the back side of this type of jelly, is easier to hammer instead of on this side. I remember. Sorry. My brain. So 1/4 of an inch down from your trim. You can see your trim through there. Just make a mark so you know where to put that. And then go 3 purple ones over, and you want to go on that corner, and it's 1/4 of an inch down, and make another mark like a half moon so you at least know where to place that. So you want to put your wood under there. You want to place that back on your mark. Sorry for the noise. And see how it made that mark? Then I take my little tiny scissors after I've got the indent on there, and I just cut around. Just follow that indent. This is kind of a generic way of cutting a hole out. And I do use the biggest size that came in my kit. I got these in a kit. There's like 20 of these different sizes. I bought them off of Amazon. And I'll put a link to all the stuff that I bought off of Amazon. So it made a little hole. So you want to take the fat piece of the grommet, and it's going to go on the outside. You're going to stick it through like that. You're going to take the thin piece, put it on the back, and you're going to grab your press. Oops. And then you're going to press until you feel it smash. And then it should look like that. And you want to do that on the other 3. I will do mine off camera since I made a loud noise. Okay, now that you got your grommets on, you're going to line the bottoms. Okay, so now we are going to sew the bottom at 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. I'm going to keep my stitch length where it's at. Okay. Gonna tie it off. I think we're gonna tie it off. That was weird. This is a very quick sew. Okay, so what I do is I like to open this up. And I like to top stitch across the bottom because, and I do it from the wrong side. I think it makes the bottom sit a little bit better. So I'm just gonna open this up. Set that in there. Feel it sticking. Okay. Where's my scissors? There. Then I tie those off and burn them too. So it'll look like that. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? So now we're going to match up the sides. And you want to make sure your trim matches up. This is going to be so cute. Okay. You want to sew these at 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. I'm going to back stitch here. Now I'm going to do this one. Sorry, my neighbor's dogs are going nuts. box your corners. So you want to make sure that your seams match up on the bottom. Ooh. Yo. Then you're going to sew those. Sew your corners. 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, but we will cut these down to like a 1/4 of an inch. That's all the sewing we have. So cut these down to a 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to go get my blow dryer because I need to heat this up in order to turn it right side out. Okay, so my head's chopped off, so it's going to have to be what it is. So what I do is I get my blow dryer. And I usually put it on medium and hot. And I just stick it in the bag to heat the vinyl up. And that just makes it softer so you can turn it. Turn the bag. And sometimes you have to heat it up a couple times. Like right now. You really want to get those corners soft so you can poke those out. Stick it in there one more time on those corners. Oh yeah, I like that size better. Okay, see, isn't that cute? So then what you do is you can either put your ties in like this, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to burn my ends off though first. Or melt my ends down so the cord doesn't fray. So what you do is you just, let's see if I can get closer. There are 3 holes there. One of them has a spring in it, so you just pinch them, put it through that hole that had the spring in it, let go, and it's just like that. Now you can pull it out farther and tie a knot on the end if you want, or you can just leave it just like that. Okay, I got those on Amazon. So squeeze it. Whoops, we don't want to do that. We want to string it first before we put the second one through. Now I know this one I left them, did it on the opposite side. I just want to see what it's going to look like on this side. Okay. Strung it through. Do the same thing for the back. And you want to make sure that when you order or you pick up your, when you purchase your cord locks, if you do this, if you choose to do it this way, that you get the size hole that fits your cord. This is 5 millimeter, I believe. And I think that's the standard size is 5 millimeter cord, but you can get it in thicker or thinner. Oops, that's the problem. I didn't burn my end off or melt it down. And just push it through there. If it'll let you, and it won't. For whatever reason, it's not cooperating. Okay. All right, so, and that's your little bag. Little trick or it looks a lot better instead of being, what do I want to say? It was bubbly. It wasn't opening right. I can't explain it. But the seams at the top, I just open them up and stitch down about 2 inches. Instead of stitching all the way down. You can stitch all the way down if you want to. It's a little bit difficult to do. There's your little bag. I like this size. There you go. Happy Halloween, everybody. Thanks for watching my video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I want to thank all of my new subscribers that I have gotten. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Happy sewing!